Hi there, and welcome to the T5 show. Alright, let's start off with the market study for Tuesday, July 17th. See what happened out there today. Starting off with the S&P 500, you can see we just, tried to make that little new high this morning and then kind of sold off later in the afternoon. Not a lot of spunk, but again, still trying to determine how good of a breakout this really is. Looking at the Dow here, you'll see it did extend its gains better than anyone else out there today, and that wasn't because of the transports. You can see the big spike up there today, but it gave it all back by the end. And the utilities did a quick turn and revert. The Nasdaq looks a little bit more like the S&P, so your big winner in here is going to be the Dow. Starting off with caps here, you can see our large caps put in kind of a doji formation, and we had some pretty good retreats on the small and mid cap level. Let's do a quick run through the commodities here. We don't have any updates here on the overall board yet, unfortunately. Same with oil. But you can kind of take my word here, not too much happened. I think it ended up just down a couple 0.0 something percent. So nothing important going on. Uptrend still intact. Dollar still having its fair share of difficulties after that weekly breakdown. The bonds still kind of stuck in this weird range. We'll see where they end up going. And gold got rejected pretty hard today at that old resistance area. Running through the industry groups, got these sorted from best performing today to the worst performer today. Again, the industrials staying strong, and we saw a lot of that with the Dow breaking out better than the rest of the pack. Here, the telecom had a good day, but still stuck in this range. Good day in technology, more of an inside day, not too much really happened. Small little day here for semis, that's the one everyone's watching. And again, back up to resistance here on healthcare in this choppy action. Financials did this pretty ugly little spike up. We'll see if some news comes out that hurts that area of the market. Looking at the consumer staples, just back up to resistance, nothing great. Choppy action in the consumer discretionary. And waiting to see how this material, it broke out the other day, kind of wait for the pullback and see if we can't find some windows of opportunity in here. And continuing the uptrend, but it did have a tough day today, was energy. Utilities, we saw that with the utility average in the Dow Jones Industrial. It got up to this area of resistance and did a turn and retreat technique. Well, let's take all this in, check the market grid, and give this thing a market rating for the day. Alright, well, after looking everything over, still pretty positive out there. The pullback's what I kind of want to wait and see where it ends up. Action was a little odd, still watching that volume. I think I'm going to stick with my market rating of 1 still. Barely bullish. I just can't be too negative with that much green on the board. You can clearly see which areas to avoid. And maybe look around those financials to find some decent shorts. I was working on the project today, so didn't really get a chance to do any day trading. Let's review the swing trades we have out there going. Let's start with AMG here. This thing has tried and tried to stop me out. So many times throughout the day I looked at this screen and was like, finally, get me out of this short. But I hung in there one extra day. You've got a real clear area of support going on down here, and you can see that real clear in the 30-minute chart. If we get lucky and can break that area, I'm going to look to add to this thing and get my other section to break even as soon as possible. It's had its chance to go up. I'm kind of feeling good about this. Our big winner today was CFC, and as you can see, we really had a big move down today, and notice the volume. Nice spike up in volume there. So here, I think we're going to go ahead and move this to break even now. It's got a nice move down and shouldn't really come back. I like the fact that we have this old area of support, which should hopefully become resistance. So if we move our stop up here to break even, we're covered with what seems to be a little bit of distance. This should give us some room to let this thing work. The last trade, and kind of the one that's just doing nothing out there, is Marvel. And as you can see, we got an inside day today. Everything looks okay, just not in a position to even consider adding to this trade yet. So we'll just sit on our hands here, keep our eyes out, and see what happens. Reviewing our portfolio, again, just kind of starting this project, so I don't have a lot of stuff. We'll go into more detail in this area later. Let's take a look at some of the things I found in the first run section. Here's a couple ideas in the long department. Again, be careful out there. Most of these are pretty skittish. Kind of like this Winn-Dixie as a high base type breakout or a consolidation play. You can see there's a lot more ideas here in the short area. And a couple of these are pretty risky. Where's this one? This one looks real nice but real dangerous. Look at the very dramatic move down, and it's just had a couple inside days. So again, don't take that trade unless you're ready to stomach it. It could be ugly out there. Give yourself a real wide stop if you're going to play it. Trading thought. About got stopped out on that AMAG, and the thing I keep thinking is so many times I just wanted to move my stop down to eliminate a little extra risk in case I did get stopped out. Trying to nickel and dime. The old construction saying is, you know, don't step over a nickel to... No, wait, that's not it. The old construction saying is, don't step over $1 to pick up a nickel. And I think what I was thinking today by trying to, or contemplating moving my stop, was that same mentality. You know, be careful, don't try to save a nickel, give yourself the wiggle room. Alright, hope you guys all have a good day trading tomorrow.